Chapter 1. The Call to Reflection. The Black River Couples Ministry Hall buzzed with laughter and chatter. It was a warm Friday evening, and the ministry's monthly gathering had brought together an eclectic group of couples. At the center of the room stood Pastor Joseph and his wife, Angie, radiating their usual mix of warmth and wisdom. Joseph adjusted his tie and smiled at the crowd. Tonight's session is about the small things, the everyday habits that we overlook, but can mean so much in a relationship. Let's be honest, sometimes it's not the big gestures that strengthen love, but the small changes we're willing to make. Angie chimed in, her voice gentle yet firm. We'll hear from both sides tonight, husbands and wives. The goal is to listen and learn. And yes, she added with a playful smirk, there may be a little humor in discovering just how much we all have to work on. The men, Kirk, Calvin, Sylvester, Gail, and Joseph himself, exchanged nervous glances. They had a feeling tonight would be a learning experience. Chapter 2. The Husbands in the Spotlight. The men sat in a semicircle, each tasked with sharing a habit they had learned their wives didn't love. Kirk spoke first, scratching the back of his head. Corrine told me I stay way too long in the bathroom. I didn't realize how much it annoys her until she broke it down for me. Turns out, mime time is cutting into her routine. Joseph followed, laughing at himself. Angie says the same thing. She says I take forever and leave her scrambling. I thought I was being efficient, but now I see it from her perspective. Calvin leaned forward, his tone apologetic. LaToya brought up the toilet seat marks. I never really thought about it, but she made it clear it's not just about cleaning, it's about respect. Sylvester chuckled, nodding in agreement. Norma has a point about me barging in when she's cleaning. I didn't realize how much it bothers her until she said it's like watching her hard work undone in seconds. Gail added, Sean told me the same thing. She even timed how long it took for me to dirty the floor she spent all morning cleaning. As they spoke, the men realized they had overlooked how their small habits impacted their wives. Chapter 3. The Wives Share Their Side. Across the room, Angie led the wives in a discussion about their husbands. Joseph has been trying, Angie said, smiling. He started timing himself in the bathroom, and it's already making a difference. Corrine nodded. Kirk has been so thoughtful lately. He started asking what I need before retreating to his sanctuary. LaToya chimed in. Calvin hasn't left a mark on the toilet seat in weeks. It's a small thing, but it shows he's listening. Norma laughed. Sylvester stopped walking into the house with dirty boots when I'm mopping. It's a miracle, Shan added. Gail's been catching himself before he wrecks the floors. It's these little efforts that show me he cares. Chapter 4. A Night of Understanding. As the session continued, the couple shared stories, laughter, and even a few heartfelt apologies. By the end of the night, the husbands had a clearer understanding of what their wives needed. Not grand gestures, but simple mindfulness. Joseph wrapped up the evening with a prayer, thanking God for the love and growth within the group. May we always strive to understand each other better, he said. Chapter 5. The Changes Begin. Over the weeks that followed, the husbands took their lessons to heart. Kirk set an alarm to limit his time in the bathroom. Joseph started helping Angie prepare for the day before he disappeared into his morning routine. Calvin kept the toilet spotless, much to LaToya's delight. Sylvester left his boots at the door, and Gail took a moment to admire Sean's freshly cleaned floors before stepping carefully. For the wives, these small changes spoke volumes. They saw the effort their husbands were making, and it deepened their love and respect. Chapter 6. A New Chapter in Love. At the next couples ministry meeting, the wives took center stage, each expressing pride in their husband's growth. Joseph has really stepped up, Angie said, her eyes shining. It's not just about the bathroom, it's about how much he listens. Corrine added, Kirk's small changes have made a big difference. It shows how much he values me. LaToya agreed. Calvin's effort isn't just practical, it's a sign of love. Sean and Norma nodded, sharing similar sentiments about their own husbands. That evening, the couples left the ministry hand in hand, stronger than before. Epilogue, the little things matter. The couples discovered that love grows in the details, in the willingness to adapt, listen, and change. For Kirk, Joseph, Calvin, Sylvester, Gail, and their wives, the journey was just beginning. But it was already clear. The small things weren't so small after all.